So this might be the first time that I'm doing a video where I have no idea exactly what's going to happen, or like I don't have any plans really. So I think what's going to happen is my arm's getting tired already, but we'll see how this goes. So definitely a different type of video than I'm normally used to. That needs to get farther out, but yeah, I woke up this morning and I was thinking, well, maybe I'll do this as a vlog type video. I was like, this year I have to do a Quakecon video. Last year I got a press pass, and this year I was not able to get one. I feel like maybe it's because of like the channel's not been very active, but you know, definitely making content. I don't know what type of content that this is going to end up being. I've only made one Quakecon video in the past. It's definitely not going to be like a KC Neistat or anything cool. Yeah, vlogging is not really my style, but I think I should introduce the video in some way that is going to be like very different from a lot of videos on this channel, very loose and not have a lot of form to it, which is kind of bothering to me, but we'll see. We'll see how this ends up.
Oh, hey, that's a cactus dress.
But yeah, expectations for this year, I have none. Definitely probably like a goal is to cover the keynote in some sort. Last year the keynote was probably the best part of it, because that Doom reveal was pretty amazing, and to be there live during the reveal was pretty awesome. But this year they're going to reveal the multiplayer. Don't know what else they have in store. They were teasing last year of like some kind of universe, that a universe of Doom type things. Probably they'll reveal some other Doom thing. Maybe a Doom cinematic universe, a Bethesda cinematic universe. Todd Howard comes out, he's like, hey, Marvel did it, Universal try to do it with the Dark Universe, DC is something, I don't know, but yeah, Bethesda, we're totally going to be able to do a cinematic universe. I don't know. I think my audio recorder died. That's not very reliable. Yeah, I should really buy a new one, but this video is sponsored by BoxBox. Your monthly subscription gives you a box of monthly subscriptions. Lots of boxes. Thank you to BoxBox. Oh, thanks, BoxBox. I have all the boxes I need now. Not sponsored, but come at me if you want to sponsor my videos. It's very stupid. Okay, yeah, I thought this would be more interesting, probably. No, but no. I need to check what time it is to make sure that I'm not going overtime. Right now, already registered, already waiting to get into the exhibit hall, see who's here and whatnot, and plan out who I'm going to talk to, if I'm going to talk to people. I don't think I'm going to get anybody on camera and do like a proper interview. Probably just going to like survey some things. Probably keep it really chill. Hopefully I get enough coverage for today that I don't have to show up tomorrow. And hopefully, I don't know, maybe I do want to catch a movie. Probably Sunday, probably. By the time this gets posted, it really doesn't matter like what really happens. Like what I think I'm going too much in detail. There's a grapevine behind me. This is wine. Very wine country. Country wine. Yeah, definitely gonna check out some things. Yeah.
Please welcome Bethesda's Senior Global Vice President of Marketing.
I'm really too sure about the framing on this, but I hope this is alright. The keynote is pretty great. But first things first. I said before that there was gonna be food on this channel again. So lunch, we got sliders from Easy and Out, a food truck, and so we got there's the roadside and the another one that is bacon and peanut butter with the pretzel. So there's a fried pickle, some onions on the other one. So we got 2 sliders. I got chips and a drink, Coke, and I was hoping maybe I should have popped the top before, but it's not a, it's not a screw top. Well, good thing this is a concrete. Okay, got it. Okay, so so we're gonna talk about the keynote, I guess. Let's see this slider. Right there. It's looking nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm guessing this looks nice, but check out this. Still a really good slider. I've had this last year when I was here. Very awkward. I was waiting in line for these. I was standing in front of Dave Szymanski, the guy who made Dusk. And as you can see, I'm wearing my Dusk shirt today. And I was standing in line waiting for these burgers. It's really hot outside. And so I'm like sweating a ton. And I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna look like a really sweaty nerd. So I was like, I'm not gonna. And then his wife and daughter was there, and then I was like, okay, this is gonna be really awkward if I say it. Also, like if I say it too early and not have anything else to talk about, definitely it would have been too awkward to live at that point, because we'll be just standing in line still, and then I already introduced myself and I wasn't gonna be talking to him. I ended up talking to him like 5 minutes before I got my burger, so it was like perfect amount of time to be like, hey, I really like your game. And he's like, oh, I didn't even notice you were wearing the shirt. It was just like the thing I was worried about is like, oh, this guy is standing in front of me and he's wearing my shirt, he probably likes my game, and he's not talking, he doesn't recognize me. That'd be kind of awkward. But yeah, we ended up talking about the Doom keynote.
Thank you all so much. You make it. You're very sweet. You're legends. I'll be Keanu. You're a legend. It works for him, not so much for me.
I definitely play more arena shooters. It's like what I grew up playing. I think what they're doing is really interesting. The multiplayer kind of feels like a mashup of those slasher monster games that are like the names, like the Friday the 13th one and that other one that has pretty much every monster in it. I don't know, but yeah, it kind of looks like that, but like Doomslayer is the monster, which is pretty cool. But definitely gonna be playing it. Didn't really particularly care for, but you know, it's very interesting. He'd definitely be playing it. He said he was more interested in indie games, and we started talking about like Baba Is You and White Bastards, which was really cool. So also I'm making a huge mess. In about like 30 minutes or so, I do have an appointment to see Doom Eternal, and that'll be interesting. I really do want to play that. Hopefully I get some interviews in. Worst thing is, I thought I charged my battery for my camera last night, but apparently I did not, because both of my batteries, main battery and my backup battery, they both died. So we'll see how this works out. But I really like the creaminess of the peanut butter and the saltiness. It's just like sweet and salty. The bacon, also sweet and salty at the same time. This is a really nice slider. Look away flies. I'm gonna eat this and then probably... Oh, this one has peanut butter too. Nope, that's just my hand. Yeah, this one has like fried onion, bacon. I'm eating a lot of bacon. Yeah, so... I definitely like this one less, but it doesn't mean it's a bad slider. But I had a weird dream last night. Ooh, that was a burp. Okay, excuse me. I had a really weird dream last night where I met Tim Willits and I bumped into him in a line, and it was and he really wanted me to interview him for some reason, and I didn't know what to ask him. But yeah, I really like how all the big Bethesda things. Oh, this is spicy. I like how all the big Bethesda things, they have appointments for them, because like so that the lines aren't long. Oh, this is a jalapeno. No, there's jalapenos in this. I don't know. But yeah, that's a good slider. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna cut this off. This is okay. 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 So end of the day. Let's regroup and see basically what's up. Yeah. So I'm gonna eat something. Some Papa John's pizza.
Papa's in the house.
But I do want to make a comment about, like, it seems like Papa John's is like trying to reorient themselves as the gamers pizza.
In a world of random number generators, we can make one guarantee. Our loot boxes always deliver. Order the Papa John's loot box and get 2 medium 1-topping pizzas and any bread size for $17. Get what you want and love it every time.
Which is really interesting because a lot of people call them the racist pizza because of Papa John. So we'll talk about basically what we saw. Oh, as you can see, the video quality is probably better now because, hey, I was able to find a place to charge my battery. So what I was supposed to be doing last night, but a lot of food for a Spongebrain video. Also, I highly recommend, if you ever get a chance, Pecos Pete. Always great soda. A lot of Bethesda stuff that would have lines, which was Doom Eternal, Wolfenstein Cyberpilot, and Wolfenstein Youngblood. They had sign-ups to reduce the lines. So you have to sign up for specific times and show up at that time. They give you a text message. So I signed up for all 3 of those. I didn't really play Fallout 76 or Elder Scrolls Blades because who would? Nor Elder Scrolls Online. I've tried so many times to try to play Elder Scrolls Online. Never really caught for me. And it doesn't make sense for me to do that. Well, the game's already out. I don't know. It's not. I don't really see a point in, like, me telling you, hey, Fallout 76, it's alright, because there's like a billion people already telling you that. Yeah, first thing I got to try out was Chop some pepperoni. Is this shot even level? Not level. Level shot. I can't tell. I can't tell because of reasons. But we leave. So yeah, Doom Eternal. There's a lot of new traversal mechanics. You have not only on top of the like double jump that you had in the first game, you also have like dash moves. You also have a grappling hook that's on your shotgun, which is a lot of fun to use. Also, you could like use these monkey bars, and so it's really interesting to like traverse the environments and stuff like that. And it's very mechanical. How you think about, like, I like how they incentivize like using different weapons and different things like that. So like you have to use the flamethrower to get more armor, or you know, your glory kills to get more health, your chainsaw to get more ammo. Like those two were the same for the first ones, but like the flamethrower is new, which was interesting. If you like Doom 2016, you're definitely gonna like this one. There's some interesting things about, like, it seems like there's gonna be cutscenes and stuff like that in the game, and I don't know how that's gonna feel because like the other ones didn't have that, except for Doom 3, and I think a lot of people know how I feel about Doom 3. I don't like it. Definitely gonna play it when it comes out. The multiplayer looks really interesting. Didn't get to play that. I got to play basically what was the reveal demo that they showed off at last year in Quakecon. I don't know if that's the same demo. I guess there was an E3 demo. I don't know. I didn't see E3. I didn't watch E3 at all. But so yeah, the next thing I got to try was Wolfenstein Cyberpilot, which was it was pretty fun. I mean, it's like any VR thing. It's like most VR things are like a gimmick. I don't see myself playing them for more than 30 minutes. Mainly because VR makes me really sick and I have to take out my glasses, and also I get like really paranoid about my surroundings. So yeah, it's really hard to. VR is always really hard for me, but yeah. So this one really made me sick because it felt like there probably was teleportation mechanics, but I did try to use the thumb pads to move the mech around, and it's always really awkward. I don't know how to not make that look awkward, but you know. But it does make sense because you're like a mech. But yeah, like you just shoots things, and yeah, I beat the demo. Yeah, next thing I got to try is Wolfenstein Youngblood, which is that new co-op shooter that came out. And it's supposed to be like it's in the future with BJ's daughters, and it's pretty cool. I like it. A lot of people were complaining about there seems to be like an in-game currency, a premium currency. In the demo that I played, it seemed like you got that currency pretty easily. I don't know about the full game or whatnot. It's out right now, so I don't know how relevant this criticism is. Yeah, I feel like that would be fun to play with a friend, and I don't have a problem with the level up with like health bars over the enemies or anything. But because this is a different experience, I don't think Wolfenstein 3 would have these same mechanics. This is a co-op shooter, so I don't know. It's like Wolfenstein but co-op. Yeah, that's the Bethesda suite of things. Really exciting to have those other Doom games on the Switch and mobile and whatnot, but really the bummer thing that I saw that people were posting that you had to be signed on to use it. You have to have a Bethesda. Excuse me. You have to have a Bethesda account to play him, which is not good. You see games that previously didn't have an online component, like Doom had a multiplayer and level creation system. I wonder if they're gonna have that in the new one. I don't know, but that was like completely separate from the single player. But now the single player has multiplayer components to it too as well. And Wolfenstein, they're having like microtransactions in the game and stuff. So it's like really interesting that, you know, Bethesda, who were really big on like, hey, we're like the old days, man. We're no microtransactions. Single player is still alive. People were asking, oh, is single player dead? Yeah, so see them walk it back a little bit. Next, I'll talk about like the indie games that I played. There wasn't really much. Well, mainly because like I kind of did a badsy and like didn't talk to them and didn't like check them out before 4 o'clock, and so by the time I swung around their booths, 2 of them were closed, were not for the day, but I did get to check out like 3 games. I didn't play the last one because I was like, I'm pretty sure I know what this is. Yeah, the first game I checked out was like this game called Rizzo's Place, Rizzo's Game, Rizzo's something. Like they were talking to me about like his father who died, and this is his music, and it's just like his legacy game. So it's like a 3D platformer, but that's coming out on Dreamcast and PC, which is really interesting. So it's like a game from 1999. But the second time I came around to actually play the game, I talked to the developer a little bit, and so this game is a 3D platformer type game from like it came from 1999, like your Banjo-Kazooies and whatnot. I asked them before I started playing it, it was like, what is it like developing for the Dreamcast in 1999 in 2019, and he said it was like both easy and really hard at the same time. Easy in the sense that this game is running off of a modified version of the Quake engine, and there was a Dreamcast port of Quake, if I think so. Remember? I'm trying to think. My brain's kind of melting at the end of the day, but yeah, the game I played on the Dreamcast because I wanted to see what the Dreamcast port was like. The optimization is really bad. I mean, he's making a game that's coming out on Dreamcast. I should have asked him about the physicality, like, is it running on a disc right now? Yeah, probably it is, but, you know, like, I should have asked him more questions, but he walked away when I was playing it. But, yeah, it was a very interesting demo. You're just surfer dude. I'm thinking you're Tom Rizzo. You're walking around this beach, and you're collecting CDs, trying to find this key. When you find the keys, you open these runic doors. The enemies are like these frog slime things that shoot balls at you. It's very simple. I think the novelty is what is probably what is the best. I mean, I have a very biased view of it because I played on the Dreamcast version, which was the inferior version. PC version was running smoothly. I probably would have enjoyed it more if I played it on that, but I think it's still something that is interesting in the novelty, so check that out if you're interested in that. Something that was like, that surprised me in the quality was this game called Alfor or something like that. Please correct me on my pronunciation or what it is, because I probably misremembered the name of the game. It's basically like brains that reign the game, where you swipe right or swipe left, that Tinder style type gameplay. Turns out I'm better at this game than Tinder, but yeah. But what surprised me was that it was like legitimately funny. It's like Reigns, but it's more of a roguelike RPG. So it tells a story, like you go places and you do things, and each run you get like new items and things that will pop up, and new cards that will pop up in your deck, which was pretty cool. The round that I played as a non-binary bard with a lute, and I love the description of the bard, because the bard, it says, has a lute and can actually play it, which is pretty funny. Yeah, so like it was like legitimately funny, which surprised me. It's not like a haha kind of funny, but like, oh, this is actually legitimately funny. I actually laughed at the jokes. So in my run, I was a bard, and so I didn't really go around fighting people. I had a quest, like my uncle, he had this magic thing that he wanted to sell, and so we went to the town to sell it, but like we got cornered by some enemies, and then I ran off to get help from soldiers, and then soldiers came. By the time we came back, he was really injured, and that's what started the quest. And so that's, I do wonder how that might play out differently, because there's like a lot of different choices you can make. Like you could just go without your uncle to the city and sell the loot and whatnot. So you get a quest to like defeat this like evil being. I didn't really read too much. I was like kind of skipping through because I wasn't really buying it. But like I leave the city, and first I'm walking down the road, and a soldier walks up to me and he's like, "Hey, you're speeding." And then you have the option to pay the toll, the ticket right there, or you could just be like, hey, that's not a real thing. You could run past him and run away from him and be like, hey, that's not a real thing. But the first time I paid it, then I went into this cave, and in the cave there was a rat, and then I was like, you could either fight the rat, or hey, I'm a bard, I could play my lute for it. So I played my lute for it, and then I had like an army of rats that were following me around, and then like traveling through the cave, and then eventually the rats brought me to the Rat Queen, and they were like, hey, do you want to marry the Rat Queen? And I was like, I don't want to upset the Rat Queen, so I guess so. Yeah. So I guess, yeah, got married to a Rat Queen. So, and then it changes your quest, because now you have a new quest, because like then you go out forth to the world to make a better society for the rat people. When I come out of the cave, the same guy runs up to me. He's like, hey, you're speeding again. And then I was like, this time, no, you're not going to get my money. So I ran away from him. And then, but then he started chasing me, and then he gives you the option to like run even faster, or just stop in your place. And so I stopped in my place, and then it was like, oh, hey, you caused the fender bender. The guy apologized, and he was like, oh, and he started like argue with you, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna call the police or the soldiers, and then he was like, he gave up. So it's like, basically, if you got in a car accident, basically that's a joke. And I thought that was really funny. But yeah, then I ran into a troll that was guarding a bridge. You know, that Monty Python, he's like, I have a riddle, answer me 3. What is your name? What's your favorite color? And then it's yeah, what is your name? What is your color, I think? And then what is your quest? And then I feel like this was really dynamic to my character, because like you could say like, oh, the uncle thing, or the rat thing. So I said, hey, I want to make a better society for the rats. And the orc was like, oh, what a coincidence, I'm 1/40th rat. Oh, yeah, that guy's gone. It seems like there's a time-based component to it, because eventually a really high-level enemy came up and like just demolished me. So I feel like you have to like level up really quickly. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I was really surprised with the quality. I was like thinking very down on it. So yeah, that's definitely something to check out. Another game is The Last Epoch. I got their card. Yeah, it claims to be the next great action RPG. It's in early access right now. I asked like what their whole model is, and they were like, yeah, you gotta pay $30 now. All expansions and whatnot are gonna be free in the future. Yeah, I didn't want to really like compare it too much to Path of Exile. The art style is very different. There's more detail in this, but I don't really like the art style as much. And I think the big thing about this one is that they talk about time travel and all the marketing. But I didn't get to try that game out because I was like, I pretty much know what's up with that. It's Path of Exile. It's an action RPG. You click on stuff, stuff happens. So there's like nothing interesting to talk about on that. This year it was better in some ways, worse in some other ways. I feel like hype was kind of mild. Definitely. I mean, like last year had the Doom gameplay reveal, so I don't think that like the multiplayer reveal would have ever matched up to that. Yeah, that was a pretty good keynote. Tom Willett's leaving is kind of really sad. He's like one of the original guys, so it's kind of weird. I don't know if I don't know if he's gonna be involved with future ones, but hopefully he just sticks around as a member of the community and not, Tom Willett's. And a lot of people confuse me for Dusk Dev as a dev of Dusk, a member of New Bloods, but yeah, I kind of wished, hey, reach out to me, hire me, Dave. Come on, you need a cool guy on your team. I'll show you the ropes to Texas, maybe. I don't know. I didn't do BYOC this year. I felt like last year. I felt really bad. I'm here this year by myself. Last year I thought I was gonna have a cameraman. I would be able to do interviews and stuff like that. I even bought a new personal audio recorder that I eventually returned because I was like, I'm never going to use this, but so that I could do interviews and interview like different developers and stuff like that. But I wasn't able to do that last year. I just wasn't feeling it. I didn't feel like I was in a position to talk to people. This year definitely was more confident. I didn't want to stick a camera in people's face. Also, that would be really awkward as one person to do that, especially also wearing this shirt. I definitely probably would have done so if I had another person with me to hold the camera. But hopefully, like next year, I could probably have a person here with me. Probably Spongebrain will become. Well, here's the thing: like Spongebrain was never supposed to be like just me. It's supposed to be. Spongebrain is the channel, and I'm just the person who runs it, I guess. But yeah. So hopefully, like Spongebrain will have more people with it, But yeah, for right now, it's just me. Just doing gaming stuff. So yeah, it was a mixed bag. I definitely coming back next year. Probably gonna be more organized. Probably like a better video. I have no idea how this video is gonna end up or how it's gonna end. But yeah, I think that's how these things normally work. You never know how they're gonna end up and how they're gonna be. But I feel like this is the only time I've ever actually looked into the camera. I think that's everything I wanted to say. I hope that this was been interesting. Definitely let me know if you thought this was a cool video. Knowing some people probably just only skip to the eating parts, but we'll see. Yeah, but yeah. All right. See ya. Bye.